Have you ever wondered why you are held back by unseen forces when trying to make a significant change or take a significant risk? It's a universal experience, this fear of change and the unknown. It's as if a primal part of us is designed to resist anything that threatens to disrupt our comfort zone. Well, there is. It's what is often referred to as the lizard brain. This term, coined by Seth Godin, represents the ancient part of our brain, the amygdala, which is responsible for our most basic survival instincts. It's this lizard brain that sparks fear and inhibitions, preventing us from embracing change and taking risks. It's the voice in our head that tells us to play it safe, to stick with what we know. But what if we could learn to overcome these fears? What if we could train this lizard brain to work for us, not against us? The lizard brain is a term coined by Seth Godin, and it's time we explore this concept further. The lizard brain, also known as the amygdala, is the primitive part of our brain responsible for our survival instincts. Peeling back the layers of the human mind, we find nestled deep within our cerebral folds, the lizard brain. This ancient structure, a vestige of our evolutionary past, is the birthplace of our most primal instincts. Fear, aggression, dominance, territoriality, and ritual display behaviors all originate from this enigmatic part of our brain. Imagine the lizard brain as a vigilant sentinel, always on high alert, scanning the environment for potential threats. When it perceives danger, it triggers a cascade of physiological responses, preparing us for a fight or flight scenario. The heart rate quickens, palms sweat, and pupils dilate. A state of high alertness takes over. This is the lizard brain in action, a survival mechanism honed over millions of years of evolution. However, in our modern, largely safe world, this primal part of our brain can often overreact, leading to unnecessary fear and anxiety. It's like having a smoke detector that goes off every time you make toast. The lizard brain doesn't distinguish between a predator lurking in the grass and an important presentation at work. The response is the same. Adrenaline surges, stress levels rise, and our bodies prepare for a threat that isn't there. The lizard brain also influences our decision-making. It favors the familiar, the safe, and the predictable. This is why we often resist change and avoid taking risks, even when logic and reason tell us otherwise. The lizard brain prefers the comfort of the known over the uncertainty of the unknown. Our lizard brain is not our enemy, though. It's a part of us, a product of evolution designed to keep us safe. But like any tool, it's not always the right one for the job. In a world where physical threats are few and far between, our lizard brain can often misfire, leading us to fear things that pose no real danger. While the lizard brain can help us in dangerous situations, it can also hold us back from reaching our full potential. In our modern world, the lizard brain can often do more harm than good. The lizard brain, the primal part of our brain responsible for survival instincts, is a relic from our ancestors. Back when we were cave dwellers, it was crucial for our survival. But today, in a world where physical dangers are less prevalent, it can become a hindrance rather than a help. Imagine this. You're in a boardroom, about to deliver a presentation to a group of colleagues. Your heart races, palms sweat, and you feel a sense of impending doom. This isn't a life or death situation, but your lizard brain doesn't know that. It perceives the situation as a threat, triggering the fight or flight response. This is an example of how the lizard brain can lead to a fear of public speaking, a common anxiety in our modern society. Similarly, our lizard brain can also foster a fear of failure. It perceives any form of risk, whether it's starting a new business, embarking on a creative endeavor, or even asking someone out on a date, as a potential threat to our survival. This fear can hold us back, preventing us from taking chances and pursuing our dreams. Moreover, our lizard brain is not adept at handling the complexities of our modern life. It struggles with abstract concepts like time management, financial planning, and long-term goals. It's more concerned with immediate danger, not whether you'll have enough for retirement or if you're progressing in your career. The lizard brain can also contribute to other common anxieties in our society, such as social anxiety and fear of rejection. It's always on high alert, scanning for threats and potential dangers, even in situations where they don't exist. But here's the good news. Despite its dominance in certain areas, the lizard brain can be tamed. With understanding, patience, and practice, we can learn to manage its influence on our lives, allowing us to progress and thrive in our modern world. The key to overcoming these fears is to learn how to tame our lizard brain, Taming the lizard brain is not about eliminating fear, but about learning to manage it. Picture this. You're a gladiator in an ancient Roman arena, not facing a ferocious beast, but your own fears. Your weapon of choice? Mindfulness, cognitive behavioral therapy, exposure therapy. These are not physical weapons, but psychological tools to help you conquer your lizard brain. Firstly, let's examine mindfulness. This is the art of staying present, of being in the here and now. It's about observing your fears without judgment, acknowledging them as a part of you, but not letting them control you. Imagine your fear as a roaring lion in the arena. You don't run, you don't attack, you just acknowledge its presence. By doing so, you rob it of its power to paralyze you. Next, we have cognitive behavioral therapy, or CBT. This is a structured approach to managing your fears. It involves identifying negative thought patterns, challenging them, and replacing them with healthier, more positive ones. Think of it as a duel of wits with your fear. You dissect its arguments, expose its fallacies, and replace them with truths. You're not just a gladiator now. You're a philosopher warrior, using the power of logic to tame your beast. Then there's exposure therapy. This involves gradually and repeatedly facing your fears until they lose their power over you. It's like stepping into the arena day after day, facing the same beast until it no longer scares you. It's not about being fearless, but about becoming familiar with fear, and through that familiarity, finding courage. Finally, remember the importance of stepping out of your comfort zone. It's easy to stay in the safe confines of the familiar, but growth happens when you dare to venture into the unknown, when you dare to face your fears head-on. After all, the arena was never meant to be a place of comfort, but a place of challenge, of growth, of victory. By understanding and managing our lizard brain, we can overcome our fears and unlock our true potential. So, arm yourself with these tools. Step into your arena, face your lion, and tame your lizard brain. Let's recap what we've learned about the lizard brain and how to overcome its influence. This ancient part of our brain, also known as the amygdala, has been with us since our ancestors roamed the earth. It was designed to keep us safe from predators and other threats, responding with fear and aggression to ensure our survival. It's important to remember that the lizard brain isn't inherently evil or harmful. It's a part of us, a part that has been crucial in our evolutionary journey. However, in our modern world, where physical threats are less prevalent, the lizard brain can often misfire, causing us to experience fear and stress in situations where they're not necessary or beneficial. We've also discussed how this primal part of our brain impacts our daily lives. It can cause us to resist change, to avoid taking risks, and to stay within our comfort zones. It can make us fear rejection and failure, preventing us from pursuing our dreams and achieving our full potential. But by recognizing these patterns and understanding the role of the lizard brain, we can start to manage its influence. One of the primary ways to tame our lizard brain is through mindfulness. By staying present and aware of our thoughts and feelings, we can observe when our lizard brain is taking control and consciously choose to respond differently. We can also use techniques such as deep breathing and visualization to calm our nervous system and reduce the power of the lizard brain. Another effective strategy is to gradually expose ourselves to the things that scare us in a controlled and safe way.